repping Team Roddy with that sexy Phoenix logo. It is Aqueron.
Yeah, man.
Another weird Britishism. I find that the European casters tend to pronounce his name as Aqueron, whereas the Americans want to say Aqueron, which both are correct.
I spoke to him about this in depth.
Give us the tea. What's up?
He messaged me about how to say his name, and we spent 2 days trying to break it down. I even got my Spanish housemate to help me.
Wow.
And it is Aqueron.
Aqueron?
It's not Aqueron. That's what I used to say. And he kicked my ass for it. It's I don't know. No one knows. I still don't know.
That's fine. Jim. We'll call him Jim. Elazer versus Jim.
Ruben. This is his real name.
Even better. I love a good Ruben. Hatch Gas Pool out for Elazer and a Reaper opener for Aqueron. You know, Grant, we've been saying it all morning, but it's day one of the competition.
Oh, yes.
Now is not the time to cheese, right?
No.
There's a reason we haven't been seeing proxy barracks all over the place. You know, Bly excluded because he always does, but we haven't been seeing proxy barracks or triple proxy gateways into mass zealot rut. You know, that kind of nonsense is better saved for maybe the middle of the tournament. But right now, all of these players want to put their best foot forward. They want to start out strong in their groups with a 1-0 record. And don't forget, guys, these players earn a cash prize for every match they win. 104th gas taken and saturated up. He's going for Spire, and that's why he's been so aggressive with these queens at his natural. Not protecting his third, not saturating it up at all.
Yeah.
Hiding the amount of gases so that Aqueron does not know that he's going up against Ling, Bane, Muta. And I think now that Aqueron has seen this third base unsaturated, he might suspect, hey, wait a minute, where the hell are all your drones? Why do you not have that third saturated up yet?
You're right.
I haven't seen how many gases you have. What's going on here? He's got a good idea.
Yeah, he's going to try and go for the YOLO push here with his Hellions. Not going to be able to get anything. We'll lose a couple, but gets a bit of information here. Sees the amount of Lings. Does see the Baneling nest, of course, researching. And is able to keep Elazer on his feet without too much damage. Behind this double E-base going down, lots of Raxes being added on, Stims on the way, Marines, and we will see missile turrets, I am certain, very shortly as the E-base finish up here, because Aqueron has to know what this is. Like, there's no way he doesn't at this point. He did see that there were no drones on the third for an exceptionally long time, and plus this sort of 2/2.5 base Muta play is quite trendy. We're seeing a lot of it. It's very good on this map especially. You can get between the main natural...
Like everything that you want to see in an exciting StarCraft game, this matchup has it. And I can't wait to see if Elazer's able to hold up against, as you said earlier, the very strong bio prowess of Aqueron.
And Aqueron is doing something a little bit different to what he was doing mainly in DreamHack Fall. And that is he's adding on a second factory. He's going to produce probably a lot of Widow Mines, if I were to guess. Right now his composition is just Hellions, and there we go, the Widow Mine production is beginning, and he's really going to look, instead of going for the 2-2 all-in, we should see a 4th CC coming down not too long here, and the power up into Marine Medevac Mines, which I love as well. I think Mines offer so much potential for fun. This was a very nice push. The Hellions have lost a lot of value as the game has gone on. Getting 9 drones, it could have been better, of course, but it did slow down Elazer a little bit, and now Aqueron pretty even on work accounts. If we take a look at the income right now, he is mining more, of course, because mules are sick, and his bio army getting very strong. Burrow, oh, we're getting everything we want, Creighton Olsen.
It's amazing. You love to see it. Some burrowed banelings. Elazer, a player who never shies away from burrowed banelings. Rarely do you get a chance to get them shown off, but they work so well. Look, Grant, you said earlier we're going to see a Aqueron into Mutalisk, Mine. No, let's try. That's all over again. Aqueron's not going to get Mutalisks. He's going to be Marine, Medevac, Mine, and that is not only a great way to start the mid to late game, but also gives you a very smooth transition into a strong late game.
Yes.
You guessed it. Thor push as well. Getting the Thors on the map going to be essential, but when you have mines down, the Terran player isn't forced to like rush into Thors, right, and try and get one out before they can really support it with Marines, and then they're like, why can't I hold all these Banelings, and the Banelings destroy the Thors or whatever. Aqueron is going to have a smooth transition now from the mines into Thors later in the game.
Banelings trying to roll in here. They do manage to get in and kill a few workers and soften up a lot more. If the upgrade was finished, that would have been a very, very scary run by there. They would have killed a fair few more. You can see constantly, if you look at the mini-map, there are splodges of blue at the north side and at the south side getting ready for run-bys, be it Mutas, be it Banelings or Lings. Very, very nice here. But Aqueron's handling it well. He's getting drilling claws as well. His 2-2 getting close to completion. 4's already on the way. Now, Elazer will be looking to transition, most likely eventually towards Ultralisks. That's very, very difficult here. And there we go, the Infestation Pit going down as I speak for the Terran player to deal with, because all of his racks are reacted. He doesn't have Marauders on the field. He doesn't have Ghosts. He doesn't have tanks or anything like that. This is a very, very aggressive push here with the Mutas, and Aqueron's slow to react. Widow Mines, though. No. Okay, doesn't manage to get anything massive here. This is very good. Actually, Elazer starting to find a little bit of scary damage, I'd say. He's just killed 20 workers. He's just halved the worker count of his opponent, and it looks like Aqueron knows he's taken too much damage and is going to be looking for some of his own.
Yeah, Aqueron's got to push here. Caught just out of position here. The Marine's not in the right spot. Trying to defend the third and fourth base. Baneling's getting some more shots as well. Aqueron's only hope now is to push, and push hard. He's waiting too long, though, mowing down some queens. But look at this flood of Lings and Banes. Doesn't even need to get a full flank on these armies. He's got so many, he can just surround them like a pastry surrounding some cream cheese. Just gorgeous. No, it's a figure of speech.
I know. And as I said earlier, the Hive already on the way. Elazer has built himself time. He's bought himself time even to be able to transition towards Ultralisks or Broodlords, although I'd be very surprised at that. But he can get Cracklings. He can get everything he needs to close this game out. Aqueron is down 80 supply crate and Elson. And Elazer showing that incredible form that he's known for as one of those top 3 Zerg players in Europe, one of the top in the world. It's going to be very difficult. Some magic 4-shots, some magic Widow Mines. We've seen it before, and we'll see it again. It can be done. It can happen. But Aqueron needs a little bit of a miracle right now. He needs you to put your arms in the air and channel the Spirit Bomb. Because things are looking a little rough. This is a good start.
Yeah, this is a pretty good start, but honestly, 5 kills not enough. He's going to try and make it into another drone line. Look, he could get 20 kills here, and Elazer would still be 20 drones ahead. Elazer's that misses a shot onto the Overlords. 14 kills, but the Lings and Banes going in. Now we're going to see the Banes going on to the Marines here. Decent splitting from Aqueron, but there's just too much pork in Elazer's army. Yeah, there's one medevac here. The Thor's going to get surrounded, try and save them. It's just not enough. And again, even though he lost a lot of drones there, look at Elazer. 14 more Mutalisks in production, 32 more Lings. He's finished the Hive. He doesn't have Cracklings yet at all. He actually hasn't even started that Adrenal Glands upgrade yet. But I honestly don't think we're going to see Elazer transition this game. I think 3 or 4 minutes ago, we could have been thinking about Ultralisks. That might have been reasonable. But since Aqueron has been hamstrung so significantly, he's going to be trying to rebuild that bio army. I think we're going to see Elazer staying on Ling Bane Muta for the rest of this game. I mean, and I really doubt we'll see anything else. What was that?
It's working. So if it works, why take a risk? And now we see Adrenal Glands and free coming in. And unfortunately for Aqueron, he's done what so many Terran players do. He's only started 1+3 upgrade. He's probably, he may have them queued up, I'm not certain, on the same eBay. But this isn't good. He's also not been able to get into things like vehicle upgrades. He's got +1 vehicle armor, but he's not able to get the weapons here. And GG, he can't break through, and Elazer picks up map 1. Have to slow them down as a Terran player, because if they can get that massive army and get to Hive Tech, they are almost unbeatable. For now, Creighton Olsen, do you want to introduce our first player?
I would love to. This kid is so good. I can't wait to see more of him. Spawning in the bottom right-hand side of Death Aura, LE in the blue. It is our Terran player representing Spain and Team Roddy. It's Aqueron.
And his opponent in the top left, he is upper map, playing for Argo Esports. He is the red Zerg player from Poland. It's Elazer.
Gonna hear a fun map fact about Death Aura, Grant?
I always do.
Underneath the main bases on Death Aura here, so like all the other bases have a little circle next to show you where the base is supposed to go, right? Underneath the main bases, there's this circle, but there's also a glowing green crystal underneath the main bases that you never see unless the main base lifts off or is destroyed. Yep. All right, come on, Aqueron. I'll talk to him in chat. Aqueron, pause the game, lift up your thing. Elazer, send a drone out so it's even and fair.
Completely agree with you, Creighton, and that's why certain legendary players have that status. Players like MVP, who would constantly, he wouldn't need to do the damage very early because he could get into the mid game and just drop with like 11 drop ships at a time, and you'd just be like, what's going on? Maru, who can be that very aggressive player. This was a good defense, although the tanks may be doing a little bit more damage than they need to. That's a lot of friendly fire. 12 SCVs. I thought it was good for a minute, but now I take it back. It was a shite.
What's really funny is if you look at the units lost tab, you'll see only 5 of those SCVs actually killed by Lings. The other 7 all killed by that siege tank.
Yep.
Oh, man. Armory not finished up yet to this. They're not going to be Hellbats in this push. And again, with Elazer's hilarious queen number, he's going to drive those away. Grant, I'm sure you know this story, but the people watching might not. Did you know that there's a Korean clan whose nickname translates to free Hydralisks, and they're complaining about how strong queens are in the early game? It's basically like building a free Hydralisk. It's one of my favorite Korean clan facts ever. Yeah,
they've been around a long time too. I mean, there's a reason if you go to Goblin Stream and type in his name, which is Pawn Clone and Tempest, it comes up with a queen because they have like the range of a Tempest almost. I have a t-shirt with that on that I made.
Oh, nice. Nice.
A Goblin shirt. But Hydra's coming in here from Elazer. Elazer doing something a bit different and playing that slightly more modern style.
We're going to get on top of this tank, maybe. We'll see what he attacks here. But there's a big push from Aqueron up the north side.
Yeah, and Aqueron has a good few tanks. He needs to get them into angles where they can't be flanked. You can see already Aqueron is moving down to the south, looking for that 360 surround, and if the tanks get surrounded, they just aren't that effective if they have to split their fire. And here we go! Aqueron moving in from multiple angles right now. The tank will go down so quickly, and Bio forced to pick up and take off, and just an easy cleanup here for Elazer.
Man, I don't want to be too over positive about Elazer's play. He's getting dropped in the main as well, and there's a little bit of damage. But just like it's not just like his beautiful surrounds, good map awareness and everything. He will lose that 12 o'clock base, I think. We'll be able to defend at the main, but the 12 o'clock base going to get focus fired down here. Oh, maybe not. Wow. Anyway, little micro tricks that he's doing are just phenomenal. I don't know if you saw, he sent 2 Lings out in front because he knew there were Widow Mines protecting those tanks behind. Both Widow Mine shots go off onto the Lings, which are also right next to Marines, drags those Widow Mine shots. It's those little things that make him just an A++ player, and now he's trapped these medevacs in the backside. He can't actually attack him, but he's got Vipers on the way, and they'll be able to give him some yoinks.
And this CC is just going to have to float there because apparently this massive multi-ton building can't land on top of one little bug. But that's okay. That should be cleaned up by Aqueron shortly. Aqueron did get a 4 CC. He didn't go all in with the 8 racks. He did transition out of it, knowing that it came quite late. And now he is starting to add his tech options on, but already 10 lurkers on the field. The lurker upgrades coming in as well. Hive is done here for our Zerg. Adrenal glands, +3 armor, +3 weapons, +3 melee, has not started up, which is a good thing here for Aqueron, who is getting a free of his own. But Aqueron is in, it's going to be difficult. Now he does have a good amount of bases, sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe-ish.
Nice. Fancy.
Thank you. But I mean, lurker's very difficult to deal with right now. How many tanks are we looking at the moment? 8. Good tank number.
Good tank number, and of course with no claws upgrade for those lurkers, they're not able to burrow down quite as quickly, meaning the tanks get a couple extra shots off on them. This is a beautiful concave of tanks from Aqueron. A bit of an ill-advised attack for our boy Elazer, who really went into a bit of a bloodbath there. I'm a little surprised to see him trading and really engaging with that. We did see a quadruple drop coming from Aqueron. I believe that got pulled back, though. He decided to move into the middle of the map instead. We'll catch a couple lurkers. Elazer might be able, though, to upset this planetary fortress with a couple lurkers. No detection here at the 4th base for Aqueron. He's going to lose this 4th base unless he responds to it quite quickly. He's got nothing to be able to respond to it, though. He's got his entire army out on the map right now in these medevacs, and the Lings are more than ready for it. Elazer really doing a nice job defending here while being aggressive on the north side. Planetary fortress goes down.
A pocket of units ready for the SCVs to transfer. He knew that they would have to transfer eventually. 2 Hydras, 4 or 5 Lings with adrenal glands, with great upgrades, just able to completely pick them off. And now we can see Aqueron is starting to lose a fair few workers. Another base could go down here. He really can't afford to be losing this much. He needs to try and find some damage of his own. But he's just getting cleaned up everywhere. Supply's still pretty even. Worker count for Aqueron is still good at 71. His free is getting closer and closer to completing. His tank count still healthy at 5, soon to be 6, although I would like to see it maybe a little bit higher. But look at all these CCs just in the air, just chilling. The Hydra's trading pretty efficiently against a lot of Marauders here. There's not many Marines and there's no tanks. Finally, the tanks come to reinforce, but there's just not that much on the ground. And it looks like Elazer is pushing Aqueron back. It looks like Elazer is pushing in, possibly for the kill here. Maybe Aqueron can push him back for now, but it's starting to look very dicey for the Spaniard.
Yeah, a couple really nice trades there for Aqueron. They're trading fairly evenly. In fact, if you pull up the resources lost tab, you'll see it's almost identical for these players, just about 1,000 resources off in favor of Elazer. But then compare that to the income graph. If you shift I there, Grant, you'll see the income graph just wildly in favor of Elazer this game completely. And if you let the Zerg player get that far ahead in the income graph, you just simply cannot allow them to trade evenly with you. It's never going to happen. And Elazer way ahead now, 2K, 1K in the bank. Again, he can throw away all these lurkers, rebuild a whole nother army, and Aqueron really struggling. Can't even get this command center down at the 7 o'clock base because there's a Ling there just smiling up all cute at it and saying, please don't crush me. I'm too adorable.
Elazer at this point has so much of the map as well. You look at the sea of red that takes up almost half of the map, if not half of the map. We do have Aqueron. He does get a kill on the north side. That's a nice start. And Aqueron's supply is still supply. But there is a big push now coming in at that central base. Vipers coming in, dropping those puddles of goo, stopping the vision here of these tanks. A couple more lurkers do go down here. It does look like maybe once again Aqueron can hold, maybe, but he can't lose the CC. It's so low. Okay, he's gonna repair.
Again, as we said earlier, though, even though Elazer doesn't break this base and he doesn't really trade that efficiently, he still has a pretty decent trade there, Grant, and he can afford to have a decent trade. Count his bases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and count the bases of Aqueron, rather. 4. So 3 bases ahead for Elazer, 89 workers to 67. He still has a decent bank. He's just spent his whole bank to rebuild his army, but that's going to come back. And whoa, look at this transition from Elazer. Double Spire coming down. He knows he's in a position of power right now and can have a little fun. Give himself more options as he goes into late game. Broodlords, of course, will trade much more efficiently into this sieged up turtley army from Aqueron. But now Aqueron has been pushed back so much. Oh, Burrowed Baneling, bless your heart there on the ramp. Grant, are you following my camera or am I following yours this game? I'm sorry.
I'm following Glide for some reason.
Oh, that's weird.
Close enough.
Anyway, very cute stuff here from Aqueron, but it's just not quite enough. Elazer has kept him back on his side of the map for so long. Elazer has complete control of the map right now. Going to unseat the 7 o'clock base yet again. This Lurker Hydra play just so good. And once the Broodlords start coming out, once the Greater Spire finishes up, I don't think Aqueron has really any chance. And he's go on.
Just to add to that, sure, the Liberators are nice and will offer a little bit, but there is Vipers, there is Hydras able to get those yoinkity doodles and pick the Liberators off quickly. A couple of Vipers will go down. There's actually not enough Hydras here to support the Liberators. One more now coming in. We'll be able to pick these off alongside a Queen, but Aqueron just has nothing left. We could see an Ultralisk Cavern go down. We could see